Hi everyone! Today I want to share with you 5 tips for supporting your spouse in overcoming a porn addiction. Number 1 is to replace shame with understanding. Shame is probably the reason why they didn't share with you for so long and they were just hiding this and struggling on their own. It can be so crippling to feel that shame, and if you spoke out and said, hey, I'm struggling with this, and it was constantly met with someone shaming you and telling you how bad of a person you are when you already feel really bad about what you're doing, it doesn't actually pave the way for future vulnerable conversation. It kind of shuts them down. So we need to replace that shame with understanding and with love. That is going to open the door for healing from addiction, because addiction dies when it's in the light. And when you start having those vulnerable conversations and sharing about what's been going on, that's going to pave the way for that healing and towards moving towards a porn-free life for your husband. So you need to remember to replace that shame with love and understanding for him. Even though it can feel very difficult, it is so crucial. Now, number 2 is don't ask him for his search history. I know that was a temptation that I had of like, hey, Manny, I want to know exactly what you've been looking up. Thankfully, I didn't pursue that, because in our education, we've learned that oversharing is not actually caring, and knowing all the nitty-gritty details is not going to help. Spoiler alert, whatever your husband was looking at, he probably didn't even like. It's this weird thing with porn addiction, but often people get down these crazy rabbit holes watching things that they don't even like, and it just becomes this crazy cycle of spiraling down. So don't ask him what he's been looking up specifically. It's our job to help him leave that in the past, and we're moving forward towards a healthier future instead of dwelling on what was in the past. Now, number 3 is keep communicating frequently. You may have a couple of conversations initially, he tells you about it, and you're like, okay, I'm checking in. Maybe you add covenant eyes on. I'm gonna do a whole video reviewing that here soon. But maybe you start implementing these things, and then you're like, oh, I think, you know what, he might be better. I don't wanna bring it up. Let's not talk about it. I'm gonna encourage you for that first 90 days to check in every single day. Maybe it's just you have a little short phrase that you guys start saying. Maybe you say, hey, how are you feeling today? Or is there anything I can help you with? Whatever that phrase is, check in every single day for at least those first 90 days when you're trying to overcome this, because it is so important to just keep that door open to vulnerable conversations between the two of you. Now, number 4 is be honest about your emotions. This is the biggest mistake that I made in this process. I tried to shove everything down and pretend like none of this hurt me, and that, I wasn't angry, or that I wasn't feeling insecure in the bedroom, all of these different things. And it really actually hindered me and Manny's progress, because I was not being vulnerable back with him. And it's so crucial for you to let him know, hey, I still love you, I could be understanding, but also I am feeling really hurt. I'm feeling insecure about this. Whatever it is that those emotions are that you're really feeling, you need to let him in, you need to let him know those things. And not in a shaming way, but just in a, hey, you're being vulnerable with me, and I'm gonna give it right back of, this is what I'm feeling, so that you can really just grow that closeness and that vulnerability between the two of you. That's gonna be a huge piece in moving forward towards more love, connection, and intimacy in your relationship. Now, number 5, be intentional with dates. Your life doesn't stop because you're going through this challenge together. You can still be pursuing romance and dates and sex in your marriage. We're gonna do more videos on sex specifically, but maybe it's slow at first, or maybe it's, hey, we're just kissing and we're regaining that intimacy slowly. But it's important that you are intentional about having those dates, having those romantic moments together as you're going through this challenge, because during marriage, you're going to deal with a lot of different challenges in different areas. And that doesn't mean that everything else needs to be shunted to the side. It can still be at the forefront that you're working on your relationship and pursuing that romance, intimacy, and connection together. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check out our website, teamvulnerable.com. We have a lot of resources. We want to help as many couples who are going through this as we can. And thank you so much for watching this video.